What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto. We're looking at Pepe today. We are on the daily scale. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it looks like you can hear me and see me. Yes. Okay. Good. We're on the daily scale looking at Pepe, and we're going to use fibs to determine where this bad boy is going to go. I think Pepe's a boy. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, from bottom here, right? If you're wondering too, I'm on TradingView. You type in Pepe, PEPE, USD. I look for the the Poloniex exchange, which I might have skimmed over already. I don't know. Let me see. There it is, right there. Because it has more historical data, so I think it's more relevant for this measurement to find the bottom that we were at before, and then to the top here. And as you can see, we rejected after this anchor point. We came down. We found support on the 382 after rejecting the 236. This is a common dynamic in the fibs. Rejecting the 236, finding support on the 382. That's very common. Something else that's common is rejecting the 236 twice. It would be just as common, in my opinion, to go up above it and find it as support, but that's not what we did. It's like, it's like pieces to the puzzle of the whole story. And what these pieces are telling me right now is this 236 has provided resistance. This 382 is now, after this second touch of resistance, looking more of like a temporary support, which is something that you see with fibs. Price tends to move in a stair-stepping pattern. Like you check down to the 382, you come up, and then you go down to the 618 right down there, and then you bounce back up to the 382, and then you go lower. It's like a stair stepping. This is a very ugly drawing, but it's like a stair step of a formation. That's kind of expected with fibs, at least whenever you analyze it like this. And you can see here, 2 or 3 days ago, I guess it would be 2 days ago, we rejected the 382. After finding support on it multiple times, we've now rejected it once. This sent us down. We are right now at 5 zeros, 2 ones, 4 2 4 1. So there's 5 zeros in front, and then it's 11 42 41. I do think we're going lower. I don't think it's going to stop at this relative low here. And in fact, I would like to see if we can get any extensions from these fibs to match up with the retracements of these fibs here. The only one that I can see is the 2886 down at the 886. They're very, very close together. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we went down here, down this low. A lot of people make the mistake with Pepe, and if you're one of them, it's okay. It happens. I've made this mistake before too. And it takes time. It really takes time. I'm trying to show you here. Sorry, it's my laptop. Okay, here we go. So from top to bottom, 77.9% drop. It already dropped 77.9%. Like, how much lower could it go? Well, if it was to go down there, it would be a 95% drop. And believe me, something that pumped, it literally had no resistance at all up until we got to this point that we've been flirting with for the past month. It just had no resistance basically at all the way up here. And this was a 2,122% move. That's a big move, man. To think that it can't drop 90% or more, at least 90%, which would be, at the kind of previous area of resistance up here, or down here, I should say. And that might, let's see, where would 90% put us? I don't know. That kind of puts us near the 1886. Maybe we go to the 2272. I really do expect Pepe to come back down to this previous area of price range. So anywhere from, and maybe we find support right here for a second, for a day, maybe a week or a month. I don't know. But what I really expect is down here, and like maybe even to this low here, maybe even outside of this low, maybe even just a little bit outside of this high, but more or less around 6 zeros 420, and then 6 zeros 17321, which from current prices, by the way, would be a total of a minimum, in my opinion, of a 62% drop, with a maximum expectation of about an 84% drop. But it could go lower. It really could go lower than that. But 60 to 80% from here. And I get it. It's already dropped 70% from high to low. But there's no volume coming in. This might not be the best exchange to look at. And now that we've established kind of where I think it's going, let's look at Binance, because it's got the most volume. Still though, no volume coming in at all. It looks like we're double bottoming on this chart. A lot of people are going to think we're double bottoming, but really, if we go back, right, I guess, yeah, technically we're double bottoming if we were to bottom around here. But with, according to the fibs here, we have bottomed off of this line already twice, and we just rejected it. Generally, the next area to expect after you see this is really classic, honestly. Like bouncing off the 382, finding resistance at the 236, coming below the 382, and then testing it as support, confirming it as resistance. Testing it for resistance, confirming it as resistance. This is classic behavior when you're talking about moving down to the 618. And maybe we see a bounce there. Maybe, that is actually very close to this high right here. Maybe it goes just a little bit below this high. Maybe it closes at that high, but it wicks down to the 618. Maybe we do see a bounce there, come back up to the 382 or at least the 0.5, and then make, lower lows from there. At that rate, if we find support on the 618, which I am expecting, at least momentary support, a dead cat bounce or a bounce. It's not really a dead cat bounce, but some kind of bounce right here. If that does happen, and when that happens, it would make the likelihood for going to the 786 and the 886 a lot greater than going to the extensions. And I say a lot greater, I should say slightly greater. But normally when you find significance on the 618, the deepest retracements you see are on the 886 and 786. And when I say you find significance, I mean coming into it. If we went below it and then came back up and found it as resistance, well, we're finding significance there, but that would be very bad. That would to me show that we're looking for extensions. But if on the first pass, especially on multiple passes, if we hold it, I wouldn't expect anything deeper than a 786 or an 886 retracement. But for right now, long story short, this is the price to watch, in my opinion. I think we're going to go there pretty soon. I think it's going to happen fast, give or take a couple weeks. But this 74% drop or 79% drop happened in a week exactly. We could be, from top here to bottom. It could happen. It could happen by the 10th day of November, or of June. Anyways, with that, if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. Yeah, I'm bearish on Pepe for sure. We didn't even bust out the indicators today. It looks like it wants to go to the oversold zone, which you get your biggest. You think that we've seen big downside moves. Once we're in the oversold zone, we're going to see our bigger moves. Just like you see the biggest moves to the upside when we're overbought. Generally, it's generally. None of this is like crystal ball. Always has to be this way. It's nothing like that. But it's kind of generally whenever you get into the oversold zone, which is below this dotted line here. When the oscillator, this yellow line, gets below the dotted line, this is the oversold zone, and that's when the RSI, the relative strength index, RSI, is at its weakest readings. Weak readings are any readings that are really below 30. That's your oversold zone, and weak readings is just another term for strong moves to the downside. Weak readings in the RSI is really a strong reading, but to the downside. So anyways, the way it looks like we came up to the test the bearish control zone, the 40. We went below it, and now it looks like we want to go to the oversold area. I would definitely expect this goes into oversold area, and even just down to this dotted line would put us lower than this. We would have a confirmed lower highs on lower lows. It just makes sense, man. And I really do think that at the very least, we are going to find support somewhere around the top here, somewhere around that 618. And yeah, that's all I got. All right. So have a good day, everybody. Take care. Like and subscribe for more. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Chris Harris 85. That's me right there. You can follow me on TikTok. It's the same thing, but at 45, not at 85. I couldn't get that one on both of them, unfortunately. Chris Harris is a very common name. Yeah, that's it. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.